Hi guys, welcome back. I had a little bit of a problem with OBS then, but hopefully everything will be okay tonight. I do have a new internet cable and hopefully the internet cable will work just fine. I'm getting some very good speeds. I'm getting about 6.6 upload. Thanks for the haircut. Comment, evening Andrew. Haircut is a bit savage, I've got to admit, but it's expensive having a haircut, so best to get it short to give it some growing time. So yeah, we have got a brand new haircut today. And yeah, I've got good upload speeds today. I've got upload speeds of about 6.6. I could probably even do this in 1080 if it actually is stable. But for now, we'll keep going in 720p just to make sure that everything works okay. And talking about working okay, how are you guys? Are you all right, mates? Oh, it's good to see you all. I do enjoy doing these. Andrew, good evening. And I was kind of like I was thinking about the tactic, and it does seem to me that this isn't working particularly. So we lost that game to West Ham when I switched it back. And then I was thinking that wasn't working either. And I was thinking perhaps it's to do with the lines. Is there something amiss with the lines? And if I take the 4-1-2-2, the 4-1-2-2-1, and then I look at the instructions for the 4-2-2-1. They're very familiar, of decently familiar with playing this way. Not quite as familiar as my Norwich team. And I've got a higher line with a high press, and we trigger press more often. And then I look at we're counter pressing, and we're slightly shorter. And I do believe that for this to work properly, it needs to be like that. And for this team, we'd need to be more disciplined as well. So for the 4-1-2-2-1, that's how it should work. We've set the passing directness to slightly shorter. We're playing a slightly more direct game. I'm not quite sure that that's what this tactic does. Sun in death. It's very, very hot everywhere. The inside this room is mega hot. It's very, very hot. Good God. It's like sweat off my brow. That's because of the lights around me as well. And I was kind of thinking maybe that all of these instructions, because now they've gone a little bit more familiar with this, maybe some of these instructions should just transfer over to the other tactic. So if we take it to the shapeshifter, then maybe that should be a high press with a high line. And takeout gets stuck in, prevent short goalkeeper distribution. We don't then need to step up more. And then counter press. And now the problem that this has now is, maybe we should even be fairly narrow. The problem with this now is, will the shapeshifter work if we have counter press on and not regroup? So we'd have to have regroup. But because we're trigger pressing more often now, and we're higher up, we have condensed the space between the lines, which is what we were trying to do. So I don't know, I might go back to the shapeshifter and push further up the field. I don't know if that's a good idea. What do you think, guys? Now they're a little bit more familiar with the shapeshifter. They're just not familiar with the roles at the moment. One of my concerns also is the lack of midfield depth. Gregera, Danilo, Bellegarde in midfield. He shouldn't be in midfield, actually. It should be Masuega. And it just feels like I'm a little bit short in midfield. Lee will have to come on in the left-hand side because of an injury to Cherlanoff. He's back to training soon, but I don't know. What do you think, guys? Do you think if we tried this, um, we don't want him to be, we want him a fullback on defend because we don't want him, we don't want him as a no-nonsense, because I do remember when somebody was in this position, he had no support behind him. So we'll put him on a fullback on defence so that he will get that far up the field. Hi, South. How you doing, mate? Copy of Football Manager. That's all you need, Andrew, isn't it? All you need is your Football Manager. I don't know if Football Manager can be classed as a simulation or a game now. I think it's just a game. And I am totally convinced. You've watched tomorrow's Norwich episode. I'm totally convinced it's just a game. And it's a puzzle that has different levels. And each time you're successful, it adds another level of difficulty to it. And I wish they would make it a game. Imagine like Pep going into work after he's just won the treble. He had a couple of weeks holiday and the board call him into the office and they say to him, "Do you know, you're so good at football, Pep, and I don't think it's fair to the other teams. So what we want you to do is we're going to try and make it a little bit tougher for you. So you can't scout in any nation in the world." How does that sound to you? And that's what's happened in the Norwich save. And make it a simulation or make it a puzzle. But let us know either way, because that would not happen in real life. Pep has not been told, "Well done, but we're going to make it harder for you. You can't do any scouting now." It's like, so I don't know, is it a game or is it a puzzle? For me at the moment, it's a puzzle. I'm really hoping that FM24 sorts all this nonsense out. Again, that could... Hey, Gobby, how you doing? Again, that could be something to do with... could just be something to do with the fact that I'm so far in the future with Norwich that it's lost the plot and doesn't know what it's doing. There are a number of players good at tackling, huh? So that means we should stay on our feet, because we're going to be outdone in that department otherwise. What else have we got? They're good at penalties, unlike Norwich. Lamptey is a good player, of course he is. Yeah, you're unfortunate there, South. Very unfortunate. Do you play? Do you have a PC? Do you play it on PC, South? They're not a very good team. They're not very strong, which maybe I shouldn't stay on my feet. But maybe we should just like take that off, but not get stuck in, because they're quite strong. But they're not very strong, but they're good tacklers. And Webster is your man. Who is Webster? Central defender. Yeah, Football Manager's not cheap, but when I think about how many hours I use it for, what did I pay for it? I paid £34, I think, when it came out. Was it 34? And how many hours have I actually played it? It must be in the thousands. So where else can you get that much entertainment or frustration or whatever for that kind of money? If I go to the pub, I'd need more than £30. So that's something I can't do, is go to the pub, because I just don't have that kind of money that's needed. Pubs are for rich people. And this gives me hours and hours of entertainment for the price of one night in the pub. And it would be a short night, I think, with the prices down here. 6 pints, that would be it. Sports FC, £100. What for? Or EA Sports FC is 99 quid. I wonder if Football Manager will go up in price when 24 comes. I think I think 25 they will put the price up. I think it will go up big time for 25. But I don't think they'll do anything for 24. I might be wrong, but I think they'd be silly to do it for 24 when they're trying to encourage new people to come at this point, rather than... I think it would be better for them to wait for the big one to drop rather than to go in for a big price hike now. I think they'll wait 1 year. Brighton is a team we should be beating. But you know as well as I do, in this game, nothing is for granted. And what have we got here? I don't want to do match tactics there. We will do a little bit of recovery. That sounds a lot better to me. Brighton, a team we should beat, but we're not playing very well. And the key question is, do I go back to the Shapeshifter or do I stay with the 4-1-2-2-1? To be honest, I don't think it really matters this season. I really want to try and get this Shapeshifter to work if we can. If we can't get it to work, it doesn't matter. We get sacked, it doesn't matter. I don't think I want to do another season with Burnley after this. I think I want to do other things live after this, trying to create different types of tactic, looking at all that kind of stuff, rather than just doing a save with Burnley. With Burnley, we've shown that you can get, even though you've got a disaster of a team, you get promoted. And even though you have like an awful start, that you can actually survive. You just have to keep the faith. And I think after this season, I think it'll be time to do something else. So it doesn't really matter if we get sacked. The Shapeshifter, I think, does have its faults. I think there are way too many gaps that appear. We could certainly look at Middlesbrough do a rebuild with Middlesbrough after Burnley. It doesn't really matter to me which team it is, as long as nobody ever mentions Burnley to me again. I'll be perfectly happy. I don't think I ever want to do Burnley again. Leonardo. Look at this. Ariel is currently a slight weakness. He scored 2 great headed goals. Devlin, strength is a weakness. Okay. Aspria, Nathan, Kirkin, no longer a weakness. Well, let's make it a strength. And what I want to do actually is go and have a look at the set pieces. We want to... Oh my God. I'm just going to ask the assistant to do a quick pick rather than set it all up. He probably knows what he's doing better than I do. Since they introduced the different styles of free kick, it's a pain. But it needed to be done because we simply don't have enough. But we don't have great set piece takers. So it's not really something I worry about too much. Fall from grace. Middlesbrough is a fall from grace. Well, we can rebuild them. We can make them great again. So we've done that. We'll go to this Brighton game. We'll play the shift shaper, but with the higher lines, and we'll just see what happens. It might be that we're going to have a bad start to the season, just like we did last time, and then recover in the second half. We might rotate the tactics just to keep the AI guessing. Oh, that's the other thing with my Norwich save. I'm not allowed... I'm actually not allowed to get scout reports on my young players who are on loan because the board have forbidden that as well. We don't have any financial problems. I've got the same budget as they gave me every year for the last 3 or 4 years. So I don't know what it's about. Yeah, I know. Man United lost to Spurs. It's such a typical Man United start, but people are already panicking. I'm not panicking. We started like this last year. But the problem with United is they're making panic signings, and when someone comes available, they think, we're Man United, we've got to sign him. And that's what happened with Mount. I would never have signed Mason Mount. He doesn't fit into what Ten Hag is trying to do. I don't know why they've signed him. Ah, boy. Yeah, could be, Andrew. Could be. Delia Smith's been on the show, but again... I don't think he'll like that very much, Danilo. Yeah, okay. Let's put him back then. Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. Now he's happy again. I don't know why you suggest some of these things. He'll get injured soon enough, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Or somebody will get injured. They'll get enough playing time. Look at all these players that are available that I can't afford. Lovely, lovely players. Gabio's okay. Cherlanov is not okay. Makuta's not okay. So let's just quickly look at this team. Gregera, Danilo, Masuega. That's a good midfield. All of them are good. Amadozic is good. He should start playing some football, Amadozic. Gabia is a... I'm going to drop Gabia and bring in Phillips. And Kirkin can come in. Nah, let's leave Lewis there. Okay. Looks pretty much... So we want a right back there, Roberts. Who's Nathan? Who is Nathan? Oh, he's a right back, is he? Where did he come from? Did I sign him? Nathan. Must have. So we can't have 2 right backs in there. We need a centre back now. Gabia can come onto the bench for Roberts. Bellegarde. Cherlanov. Devlin. Cherlanov is injured, isn't he? Babaraman. How many full backs have I got? McNally. Makuta isn't fit yet. Aspria, that's who we need on the bench. So Devlin. We are short in midfield. Very short in midfield for playing this. For playing a 2-man system, probably have enough. But for a 3-man system, don't have enough. I'm just going to do what the... Cautious. Are you having a laugh? Take short kicks. Okay. I want to have a look at this in 2D because I want to see what's going on with it. Hope you guys don't mind. We'll play extended 2D. We'll watch the highlights in TV. Because I want to see what's going on with this tactic, because now we're playing higher up the line. It might be a little bit of a problem. Costinha feels that his instructions hold position are not aligned. Yeah, well, that's the way this tactic is, boy. Get used to it. Is the National League... Yeah, the National League South is in the game. That's why I was going to do Woking as my second save, but I then changed my mind and did the Ferguson save. We've got nothing to lose here. Why is he saying that? We should be beating Brighton. He doesn't have much faith in us, this assistant manager. So let's go and see what we can do in this game. I'd like to think we can win this. I think we're a good team. But for some reason, we're not playing very well. I know that we're not very good at finishing, and that might be an issue. And that's where we started in this save. Finishing was always the issue. It is Brighton on the front foot. Oh, that's nice. That was quite nice. Just stopped them. Defensively, the shape was good. But Brighton are way down the league, so why are we struggling against them? We've had the possession, but we just can't get it up the pitch. The line is high. The line is high when we're just not. It's hard to see what's actually going on. Is it because we shouldn't regroup? Is this team not very good at regrouping? They should be pressing, but I don't think they're very good pressers. Something's not right, so let's counter press. Try and take the ball off them. We'll play fairly wide. We'll do that because our passing isn't very good. But the shape may not be right now. But this is a good counter-attack. But unfortunately couldn't do anything with it. But that was a good counter-attack. But the shape may not be right. We may not get back into shape. Oh, that was terrible. Who was that? That was Danilo. Just poor ball control. But we've won it back. Now we've come back into the game. We're pressing them. We've come back into the game. They don't like being pressed. We did get back into shape. That was kind of cool. We did come back into a back four. That's nice, and that's nice. And now we are in that back three shape. This is better, much better. Hit it. Oh, not there. That's our finishing. How come Musa can't finish anymore? What are the key attributes for an inverted winger? Well, a lot of people think that finishing is a key attribute. It isn't. I would say an inverted winger has to have pace. Without pace, he's no good. Good dribbling, good pace, but he also needs passing. I'd like for an inverted winger at least passing of 13, good vision. He's a creative player rather than a goal scorer. So for an inverted winger, John Z, you think about his creative ability, not his finishing. He needs pace and he needs passing ability. He's not there to score goals. He's there to find players in space. And he will come in to the middle, drift into the middle, and then look for someone who's in a better position than him. He will take some chances on, but you know, if he's got finishing of 9 or 10, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Obviously, he needs good mentals like everybody else in the team. The better the mentals, the better they'll play. But for an inside forward, he needs to be able to finish as well. An inverted winger is more of a creative type. What's that? Thanks. I've been for acceleration off the ball, passing, dribbling. Yeah, they're good attributes. A lot of people think he needs to be able to finish because he's cutting in from the wing. Not so. Don't worry too much about his finishing. Just his creative attributes. He's going to look for players to finish rather than him. Because if he can't find anybody, he will take the opportunity to do so. And this isn't working against Brighton, unless I'm just underestimating Brighton. We've had 3 shots, none on target, and that is the key to all of this. It's how many do you get on target. Brighton have had half of theirs on target and will win the match at this rate. This is the key. That's all you need to look at in stats. I've worked that out. Let's demand more. And let's change the shape. Let's just go and change the shape. And see if that works, if this one works better. So they can all play like that. Maswega, I didn't know he was an attacking mid. So we'll change the shape and see if how that looks. Just before half time. I don't like the thought of pressing McAllister. He's got a bit of pace, that boys. Yeah, pace definitely for a winger. Pace and dribbling. You want him to be taking people on, then looking for the pass. That's basically an inverted winger. Oh, come on, ref. That was a foul, wasn't it? So we don't have to have a look. We don't need to look at this in 2D now, because I know how this plays. But I just want to see if it is the shape that Burnley are struggling with. No, it's not the shape, is it? I think what we need to do, drop the line down a little bit. Oh, and then when you do drop that line down a little bit, don't forget to step up more. Because what you've done is increase the space between the lines, and you want to make sure when they transition the ball, they step up quicker. Would I be happy about that? It's time for everyone to dig in. Yeah, come on. You weren't that bad. They're probably, the players are probably getting quite confused. They actually probably don't know how they're supposed to be playing at the moment. We've switched it so much. So what have I got them doing here in terms of pressing? Trigger press more often, and they are supposed to be counter pressing too. But they didn't press very well because they're not very good pressers. This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. Let's just take it off. Let's not regroup and let's not press. What do you do with a team that can't press and can't finish? So far we're still in the game, we're still in it. Just don't do anything silly at the back, boys. Like that, just forward, try that way. Much better, much nicer. That's a nice pass. Can we get it in now? Can we get it into the box? That's nice. Danilo, oh, what a save that was. What a save that was. A 0-0 draw away at Brighton. I suppose that would be a pretty good result, wouldn't it? That would be not a bad result. Amadosic. Oh, we're back in the game. We're creating chances now. Maybe that was the key to it. Any tips for beginners? Oh my God, Levy. Get a good solicitor. I don't know. I think if I was starting all over again, I would pick the strongest team, Manchester City, and I'd manage Manchester City. And I'd probably get fired. But it doesn't matter. And I think that the main tip that I'd give you is to, like, don't worry about it. Oh my goodness me, we're absolutely hammering them. Like when I first started, I think I got sacked every single season. Every single save I got sacked. And the more I got sacked, it didn't matter. I just kind of thought it was funny at the end. Learn, watch tutorials and learn basically. Oh no, I can't afford to get a midfielder injured. Oh, that's really unsporting, isn't it? So just learn from tutorials and just like don't worry too much about anything. And just enjoy it. I would start with your favorite team. You know how they play. You can almost simulate your favorite team, or start with a really strong team. Start with PSG. You can't lose if you manage PSG, but I'd probably have got sacked. And just learn as you go. Learn something every week. Learn about tactics. Learn about I don't know, learn about what passing styles are, learn about lines, what do the lines do. Just slowly increase your learning. If you try to learn it all in a week, you'll do your head in, you'll never do it. But just learn slowly and just enjoy getting sacked. It's like, that's how I learned, basically. And yeah, get a good supply of headache tablets. Oh, and try to sign a good goalkeeper. Ah, boys. Have you not played this before, Levi? Hi, Jonesy. How you doing? I mean, yeah, start with a big team. It's a good suggestion, but I would get when I was learning it for 2 years. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I didn't have a clue. Now I'd say I'm not bad. Not great, as we can see from the screen, but not bad. But I don't understand why this team suddenly are not playing again, and they know this system. We haven't changed the team too much. It doesn't make any sense. Let's make some changes. Oh boy. Gregera's time. I don't have anyone who can come on. Devlin can actually come on. Wonder if I have a player revolt going on again, like I had in the first one. Let's change the fullbacks. Always a good idea. Nathan Phillips is terrible. 6.2 for Kang In Lee. Put back Nathan Phillips because we can't have that 6.2. Bring on Asprilla. A road to glory with Torquay and sign players from the south. That would be a good challenge. A very interesting challenge. Are there enough players in the south and southwest? Oh, well done, Maswega. That's a penalty, ref. Come on. And look at that finishing. Finishing is awful. Oh boy. We're right back at square one here. Do you remember right at the beginning when Burnley couldn't score? Their finishing was so poor. That was the big problem. Yeah, I mean, watch other people. In my save, I normally explain to people the decisions that I make. Like here, I will explain why I'm doing things. Even though they're not working, I will try to explain. And people, that's what you want to watch. You want to see people working things out, because it is just a big puzzle and you want to see people working things out. This is another poor performance. I really don't know what to do. I thought we'd put together a good squad again, but we obviously haven't. And Muric, I mean, goalkeeper, when the goalkeeper makes that kind of mistake, you're screwed. One last chance, boys. It's been a fairly even game. We just can't score again. I'm not happy. Just not happy with them. I don't know. What am I doing wrong? What shall we do? What shall we do? We're now down to 12th. Lee's out for 8 weeks. This game is cruel. Danilo's out for 4 weeks. Have I got any players left? Oh, good God. 3 midfielders. Marvellous. Just like in my Norwich save. I've got 3 wingers. 2 of them are injured. How many wingers am I supposed to buy? I can't buy 4 wingers because then you won't injure any of them. Okay. Yes, we're not doing very well at all. With Wolves, Newcastle, Manchester City to come. Could be down the bottom of the table by the end of today. But I'm going to stay with one system. I'm going to stay with one system. Where are we? We're going to go with this one. It seems the best way to play to me. This is the tactic that has worked with every single team I've managed apart from Burnley. Isn't that weird? Gregera can come in here and Devlin. Isn't that strange? And can you stop injuring my players? Yeah, they're both interesting. No, I don't think so, because they're still, Andrew, I think the 3 of them, the 3 tactics, are all working really well for Norwich. And Norwich don't have the best players in the league. So I don't think the AI has worked it out. I mean, we could try something different. Well, let's try something different. Then we can go to... let's go to the Brazilian. Couldn't possibly have worked out the Brazilian 4-4-2-4. We do need to bring in a false 9. Which I don't think I have now. Musa Asprilla would have to play as the false 9. And then Cherlinov could play on the wing. We'll try this one. Something's got to work. Something's got to work. But it's, I mean, if I go to, I had no idea this was going on. But if we look at our technical, it would be, won't it? Finishing. We're horrid. We're right down at the bottom of the league. I had no idea that this was happening. Nobody's getting praised for recent form, you idiot assistant, because we've lost both games. We are not praising people at this point in time. Praise is recent form. Well done. You've lost 2 games in a row. Fantastic. Kirkin. I'm prepared, though, to go with his selection. But I do need to go and check his bench. because he will leave full-backs off the bench. I mean, he likes McNally. McNally's only a 2-star, but all the other central defenders are playing awful. So let's give the assistant his time. Improve the quality. Nathan Plaskett. It wasn't. They're not going to improve anything, are they? Let's approach to sign. Offer him 1.6. And do we need a performance analyst? I don't know. We'll sign him or try to sign him and then compare him to others if he wants to come. Recruitment and 15, 13. We're in a mess, this Burnley team, aren't we? 15. This is where Gobby's going to be shouting at me. See, I told you to get all these sorted out. And he's quite right as well. I'm just a bit lazy when I'm doing this live. And I'm also concerned if I start getting into this, you guys will just go away somewhere. So, like, he looks like he's quite good, though. Okay, done as I'm told. The only way is up. I wish. We just have to keep trying. Eventually something will work. We'll try the Brazilian style now. See what happens. Again, that Brazilian tactic works all the time. I put it into the Norwich save last season, and we just suddenly won about 8 games on the trot. So I don't know why these things don't work with Burnley. I really don't. It's just Burnley do not take to it at all. That's why I never want to do a Burnley save ever again. I have been so put off for doing Burnley by this save. I will never do Burnley again. I don't think we can tell him off, can we? I don't know. It's not looking very good. See, Norwich. Good team, Norwich. Wolves. 4th, Newcastle. Where are Newcastle? 11th, and Manchester City. Where are Manchester City then? 3rd. 3 games I'm not expecting. Signed Harry Kane on the 2nd to last game, and that wasted the rest. I couldn't afford to get another striker. Yeah, that's the... But it doesn't matter how many strikers you have. One striker goes out of form, they all go out of form. You've got to find a way to get them back into form. They're like a collective unit. They're not individuals. One goes out of form, they're all going out of form. So yeah. I don't know what to do. Should I have a team meeting? Nah, not yet. Devlin for Gregera. Okay, well, I'll do that. He wants to go defensive now. Oh, God. Does he think we're really bad, does he? Let's get this done. I want to see some Brazilian-style football here. Make me proud, boys. The way the assistant is lining these things up is like we're in for a relegation battle, but we're predicted to finish in about 14th, as I recall. He's just saying every game, he's like saying, we're the underdogs, we've got nothing to lose here. Why is he saying that? We're not that bad, are we? Good tackle, that. Oh, it's a free kick, is it? Oh, come on. You are having a laugh. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Just go ahead, injure them all. I don't care. Oh, so the Fantasy League, I still think I'm around about 8th. I had a dreadful week, but I think everybody had a poor week. With Haaland not getting on the score sheet, I think most people had a poor week. Yeah, possibly NB. Gotta beg the board to fire me. I remember going through this once before. Please, board, can you fire me? And at the moment, we're just letting them take the ball off us. Oh, that's a good save. Unless I should just go get stuck in, because they're just taking the ball off us. And we might have to risk a few red cards. That was good defending, though. Who was that? Oh, come on, Leonardo, do something. For Gobby, you get like thousands of goals, but you won't score any for me. That's why I bought him. It's because he scored 1,000 goals for Gobby, but he didn't. He got 5 for me if I'm lucky. Oh, come on, boys, make me happy. Oh, what sort of a pass was that? Shall I go defensive? Could do. The assistant's been shouting at me to go defensive, hasn't he? Let's go defensive. Let's just see what happens if I go defensive. Oh, straight into the wall. This just doesn't make any sense to me. This Burnley save has never made any sense to me. Every season is just a scrap. It's just like horrid. It's like it doesn't let you progress with this club. Why doesn't it let you progress? Oh, blimey, we're in trouble here. Direct counter-attack coming up. Don't want to run at the defence or be more expressive. Let's be more disciplined. Oh, boy. Let's go much more direct. Slightly more direct, slightly higher. There's too many spaces now in between our lines. We can't use this one. Oh, I give up. I absolutely give up. I can't do any more fighting with this Burnley team. We'll do it this way. I don't even know if we got players out of position. Yeah, we have. Can't play anywhere, that boy. Now we're giving away too many free kicks. We're just going to have to wait until the game decides it's going to let us play. Because I can't figure this out for the life of me. Oh, just put your foot through it, Leonardo. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. We are not brilliant enough to do fancy stuff. 1 chance, 0 on target. I can only see a sacking here. Transfer window was not good enough. My normal failing. Yeah, and I do suffer more than most in this game, I think. My goalkeeper's made 2 mistakes in the last 2 games. That's cost us big time. You've been terrible. Sort it out. I can remember in season 2 begging for the board to sack me. I never ever will do a Burnley save ever again. In fact, it's made me hate the club Burnley so much that I don't even watch highlights of their games on Match of the Day in Real. It's made me hate them so much. Okay, time to make some changes if I've got any subs on the bench. Because I've got another injury. Oh boy. Costinha. Yeah, I mean, I've been through the ringer with this club. Do you remember the first season in the Prem that we had in this save? Like the first half of the season, I don't think we won a game. Been through the ringer with this club. Gregera is not playing very well, is very tired. But I have no midfielders left. I have Maswego who can come on for Devlin. Actually, Cherlanoff is playing badly. Larson can come on there. Leonardo 6.4. But I can bring Musa on, but it wouldn't make any difference because they play badly in pairs. It's like I don't know what to do. Shout at them. I thought we were going to have a good season this year. Finish 9th or 10th, but we're not. We'll be lucky to finish around 14th, I think. Very lucky. Come on, let's get a go. We haven't scored in this episode. Can we have a goal, FM? I know we're not very good finishers, but, you know, just one. Be nice. Be nice, FM. Give it, you know, just give us a goal. It does seem to me that the 4-1-2-2-1 is working better than any of the other ones. We're at least have created a chance or two with that one. Everybody is having a bad game. But I don't care. We're just going to run with this now and see what happens. The 4-1-2-2-1 is working better than anything else. At least we've created the odd chance. The lines, I really don't know what they want to play, whether they want to play high up the pitch. I don't think they can play either. They're not fast enough to play high up the pitch, and they're not skillful enough to play further down the pitch. That's defensive weakness. Gabia is an absolute shambles. Don't know why I bought him. My scouts told me he was a good player. At least it's one on target we've had. Hi James, how you doing, my friend? Oh, we're having another nightmare Burnley season. It's just right back to the beginning. Can't finish. Can't hit a barn door if it fell on us. I've got possibly two of the most sought after forwards in FM. Leonardo, everybody signs Leonardo. And Musa, so many people try to find Musa in the game. I've got both of them. And then none of them can score a goal. Like, come on, FM. It's being nasty. I've got a fullback, Jamal Lewis, who is allegedly a very, very good player in FM. I don't think he's got more than the 6.5. 2-0. Oh, maybe they will come again at Christmas. Yeah, I mean, it took us till Christmas last time, James, didn't it? But what I do know now is I can't just keep changing. I know the Shapeshifter, they weren't creating anything. The Brazilian, they're not creating anything. At least with the 4-1-2-2-1, they're creating stuff. They just... My two best forwards in the game, they can't seem to score. I just don't understand it. Like, Leonardo scores bagfuls of goals for everybody on FM23. So does Musa. But not for Burnley. I deliberately targeted those players when I saw the names in the scouting list. The best in the game. Oh, look at this. And we're just passing the ball straight to Wolves players. 6.2 for Leonardo. Far from pleased. Shall I storm out? Yeah, let's storm out of a press conference. So I got another player out. So I got 4 key players out. Well, it doesn't matter. Just do what you need to do, FM. You're not going to get me riled up. Do what you need to do. Who was the guy asking earlier about some advice for beginners? But a big piece of advice is try not to let the game wind you up. Because that's what it's trying to do. And in times like this, just do what it's doing. Just go with it. Because if you try to fight it, you're not going to win. So it's going to let you win the game eventually. So they don't. I told you we don't need a recruitment analyst. So this guy is 15. This guy is 13, so we could get rid of him. 15, 14. Well, let's get rid of the 13 then. Okay. So whatever the game wants to do, let it do it. 6.5 for a season. I don't know. Is it bad luck? It's Leonardo and Musa, two of the best players in the game. I've got them both. And maybe that's the problem. That they're both upset. Because only one of them should be here. This game is just going to do what it's going to do. I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm just going to try and laugh it off. How's the club vision looking? See, we got to finish in mid-table, satisfied. This board is never unhappy. It's like, you should be saying, oi, this is not mid-table, get your act together. This board will not sack me either. Please, sack me. Like, come on. But no, they're always satisfied. Even when we went through that period where we lost, I don't know, every single game. I should let him pick the team because I haven't got a clue who to pick. I don't have a clue. I have no idea what my best team is. Costinia's not there, is he? I have only got Babaraman as a left back now. So let's remove Devlin. Remove Kirkin. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. We don't have a bench again, do we? Makuta, come on there. Makuta. Gotta trust Makuta. But we're going to go to the... So Bellegarde can't play there, can he? Esprit, that's better. McNally. Amadozic. Gabia. Oh, please no. Phillips. Look at them. They're dreadful. So look at the... Only 3 players above 7. Oh my God. Is it just bad luck? Is it just that this save, when you actually click start, a dice is rolled and it's either going to be a bad save or it's going to be a good save? You can just... But it would be a loaded dice, I think, because all my other saves... I mean, to an extent, even Burnley, because somehow we've survived. I don't know how we've survived. How does it decide that Musa and Leonardo are going to be the dreadful players? How does it decide that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And it's not like they're new to the club. Both of them have been here for a while. So how does it do this? Makuta, only 45 minutes. Well, it's also quite hard battling against this injury nonsense as well. So look at my injury history so far this season. Look at it. All of this. I don't think we're out of September yet, are we? Top scorer. Danilo and Leonardo, 2 goals. Let's do it. No, I'm not going to go to cautious. If we lose, we lose. We'll just have to lose. Yeah, James, there is that. Hey, Middlesbrough fan, how you doing? How are Middlesbrough doing at the moment? Get there, have a good time. Actually, let's just start saying, go and have a good time. Because I want to get sacked, and you can get me sacked here. last in the Championship. That is just unbelievable, because it wasn't so long ago Middlesbrough were in the Prem. It's just sometimes football's a strange game. I'm doing pretty good. Results though, my mentality is dropping. Depression is coming in. But this Burnley save has been doing my head in for 3 seasons now. I would really like to get sacked so I can leave Burnley. What was that? He just turned it. Did my goalkeeper just turn his back on that? Did he know a free kick was already given? Oh my God. But then, you know, this funny game, this Newcastle game, this is like, one thing you guys know about me is that I cannot beat teams who are poor. But give me big teams and I'll beat them. And this has happened time and time. Remember how we recovered last season? That 3-0 away victory at Liverpool and the 2-2 draw at Manchester City. Totally out of the blue. And that's how we do it here at Burnley. So we might get a point here at Newcastle. You never know. But once again, we've created 1, but we have got it on target. 2 now. 2 on target. But that's always a good stat. If you're not getting them on target, you know you're going to lose. Get them on target, you can still lose, but you've got more of a chance. Come on, keep going. And at the moment, we're doing all right. Newcastle, they've had a couple of chances. They don't look brilliant. Sack all the players. That's how you get fired. Well, that'd do it. I just can't get the board to dislike me. It's just like, I want the board to dislike me, but they're always satisfied or pleased. I can't seem to do it, no matter how bad our results get. Oh, you're miles offside, sunshine. That's a good tackle. Get stuck in over there. And that's another thing that I don't like about FM. When players do get stuck in, they get stuck into a tackle and the ball ends up with the player who was tackled. The guy who tackles ends up just on the floor and miles away from the game. Yeah, I've got a new haircut, Middlesbrough, yeah. Bit savage, but I like to get my money's worth. Had a good growing time left. £16 for a haircut now. That's unbelievable. Yeah, put on the shades. You're absolutely right. You can go on a 5-game winning streak. But that, I would say, is complacency. You can deal with that. And usually, the game will give you a clue about complacency. I did a video on complacency a while back. And the game will give you a clue that you're getting complacent. And it's usually in the form of 2 draws. And one of them will be 0-0. And I've got a video on complacency somewhere. And I know how to deal with that. So if I see a 0-0 draw and a 2-2 draw, then I'm going to deal with the complacency. It's this kind of run that I can't deal with particularly well, because I get too emotional. Come on, Chilnoff. We can beat Newcastle. They're rubbish. All it means, you've got to just play some football, though. Oh, lordy, lordy. You support Bournemouth? Ah, okay. Do you live on the south coast? We are playing some nice football here against Newcastle. Strange, isn't it? Oh, looping header. But, you know, please, FM, can I score a goal? Come on. 3 games now, and I haven't scored a goal. Be reasonable. You can't do this to me. Three games and I haven't scored a goal. When does that happen? Oh, boy, oh, boy. At the moment, hard to say. No one's jumped out at me for a long time. I remember when Leicester won the Prem. I was a big fan of Leicester. But at the moment, there isn't a team that's jumping out at me in the Premier League or in the Championship. I do like Swansea. Being a Welsh boy, I've always been a fan of Swansea. What should I do? Should I be nasty with them? Yeah, just go out and have fun, boys. You weren't that bad. There's no point in being nasty with them. So Swansea, but Swansea aren't playing very well at the moment. I remember when Swansea were in the Prem. Loved that. First team, I think, that came up to the Prem and refused to change their style of play. And a lot of teams have done it since. And Swansea, like, going toe-to-toe with the great passing teams like Man City. Swansea were trying to pass it around. Refused to change the way that they play. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to refuse to change the way that we play. Oh, blimey. Probably, I'd have to say the best players that I ever saw. Yeah, Michu was a good player, Andrew. The best team that I ever saw, the best players, was that 1970 World Cup Brazilian team. Without a shadow of a doubt, the best players that I've ever seen all together on a football pitch. And not just because of Pele, but mostly Gerson, Jairzinho, Carlos Alberto. They're just like a perfect machine. But I have a soft spot for George Best. You guys probably don't remember George Best. But what a player George Best was. And like he had to play against well-known defenders like Chopper Harris. Oh, come on, referee! Chopper Harris, Norman Bites Your Legs Hunter. I like George Best was probably one of the best dribblers I've ever seen. But he was a talent that was wasted in the end. Drugs and alcohol. It's a shame. And then, I'm not great big fans of Ronaldo and Messi. I think there's a little bit too much arrogance and money involved in football at the moment. No loyalty left anymore. And see, we are 1-1 with Newcastle. Look at that for a penalty. They don't come better than that. There is no way I can do this. I'm way too old to do this FIFA stuff. I just like playing. Oh, yes! Oh, I thought we were going ahead there. Let's drop a bit of encouragement here, I think. Come on, boys, you got this. You've got this. How has the stream been today, boys? Has it been good all the way through? I've got just healthy and nothing else. Nothing has changed. It's just healthy all the way. I've had no buffering this end. Come on, boys, we've got this. Oh, lordy, lordy. See, it would be just like FM, typical FM, to go and beat Newcastle, wouldn't it? It would just be, that'd be so FM. It's good news. I had the cable run in last night, and it was a bit of a job, but we got it done. Oh, again. Come on, FM. Let us score a goal or two, will you? Time to make some changes yet? Not quite yet. The team's playing well. I don't want to make my changes too early. Who's that? Baba Rahman's playing terribly. Leonardo, come on. Come on, this is your moment. Is it in? No! Oh, come on. FM, are you telling me that Leonardo is a bad player? Oh boy. We'll probably lose, but at least we gave him a game. That would be something I dream of, South. I would love that. They're going to need to get their the people playing up to about 10 million, I think, because that's a big expense. At the moment, there's 5 million people playing Football Manager. And we've scored a Hamadosic. Oh, my word. Isn't this so FM? See, we were a good team after all. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's make some changes. Gregera is tired. Makuta's not fit, though. I can't bring Makuta on. He's not fit. Gregera's exhausted. Is it Gregera? Yeah, he's exhausted. And then who else is tired? Esprit is tired. I've got no one who can play up there. I could bring on Larson. Larson's not a bad player, actually. Remember some of the goals Larson scored last season? There was 6.2 here with Baba Rahman. That's not good enough. And a 6.3 with Phillips. And that's not good enough. 6.4 with Leonardo. And Cherlinoff. Well, I can't change Cherlinoff. So, Leonardo. But it is, the strikers will always... The strikers will always mirror each other. Like, what, they will never be one's in form, one's out of form. They will always mirror each other. And Newcastle have played dreadfully. But we haven't won this game yet. We're still capable of making terrible errors like that. And we need to be careful. But we do have the ball again. A nice third goal would be nice. Cherlinoff, pass it inside now. Oh no, he's blasting into the box and blasting it over the bar. Come on, guys. Come on, we got this. It's only Newcastle. They're rubbish. Well done, goalkeeper. Nice. Why is that? Because I'm just still learning Middlesbrough. I have no idea sometimes what I'm doing in terms of YouTube. I'm still learning. So it would be useful for me to know why. Yeah, James, is classic FM. All your strikers will be out of form. It's part of a puzzle which you've got to solve. I sometimes think the best way to solve a poor streak is just to go with it, because eventually the game will give you, I mean, it must have heard me begging for a goal, and eventually it will give it to you. You just don't know when it's going to be. Musa showing how poor a striker he is as well. So sometimes I think the best thing to do is to go with it, and eventually your team will play well, pull one of those games out of the bag. Like these boys are doing here. Where did this come from? And my question is, should I go to a more defensive setup now? or wait 5 minutes, because Newcastle are really putting on the pressure here now. We're defending okay, but it's all a bit harem-scarum in there. Oh, referee, that was a bad foul. That's a booking. Yeah, I made a decision when I started the channel to do it for the British Heart Foundation. I mean, you can't earn, unless you've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, you can't earn money. YouTube, trust me, doesn't pay much. And the amount of ad revenue I get is something in the line of £20 a month, if I'm lucky. Okay, now it's time to shut the game down. So we're going to much shorter, time wasting, regroup, hold shape, slow the pace down, bring the line back one little notch, actually come into a low block, come off the trigger press. I think that'll do it. Just slow it all down now. Dribble less. Just hold on to the ball now. Come on, boys, we got this. That's it. Run to the corner, Musa. We've got this. We've got it. Nice. That's nice. Hold on to it. Beautiful. Now that silver button in my dreams. There isn't one. There isn't one for 1K. You just get monetized. Oh. But it's money. People think that when they get monetized, it's going to make them rich and they're going to get money for doing the things they love to do. It's not. It's just. And sometimes people are really hard on you. I had another channel, and before I had this one where I did motion graphics tips and stuff, Final Cut Pro tips, and somebody just left a message the other day which said, just get a decent mic, will you? It's very hard for me to understand you. And I thought, okay. Like, some people are like, I'm doing it for them. He's getting a free tutorial on motion graphics, and he's not happy because the sound quality isn't very good. And, that's the way some people are. They believe that it's your duty to be here to provide them with entertainment. But it's kind of funny when I get comments like that. I've never ever had a bad comment on this channel though, which is really nice. I had several on my other one, but I've never had a bad comment on this channel, which is it's just really nice. It warms my heart. You expect some, but I've never had one. Oh, we got plenty of time left. We can move on a little bit, can't we? This Zealand needs to do his skin a little better. Where are we in terms? Oh, that was the cup. No wonder we won that. It was the cup, not the league. I wanted to win in the league, not in the cup. Yeah, Middlesbrough, it's good. I've only ever had favourable feedback on here. And my entire channel, it's been running for 1 year and 8 months now. And I've had one dislike. One person has clicked dislike in the entire 19 months. So that's kind of cool as well. But it's I like doing it, and I sometimes, because like I don't work now, It's too expensive to go out anywhere. What I would do without Football Manager, I don't know. The other channel name was Phil Zone. Phil Zone. It's just editing tips, motion graphics tips. But he is right in a sense. The audio isn't very good. I only had a cheap mic. Only had a cheap mic in those days. But learning, you live and learn. I haven't posted on that channel, uploaded on that channel for over 6 months now. I've just got so into this one. I'm guessing YouTube will close it down one day. Let's give a bit of praise here. See, we beat Newcastle. Now we're into the 4th round of the Carabao Cup, where we'll probably play against Arsenal or somebody. Here it is. Oh no, not Wolves. Please, not Wolves. Coventry will be nice. Oh, Man United are already out. Who's left? Burnley, Leicester, Brighton. Looks like Leicester then. No, they've got Brighton. Brentford. Didn't we just lose to Brentford? I think we just lost to Brentford, didn't we? No, we haven't played them yet. We haven't played them yet. So now we got Manchester City. Well, I'm not changing. I'm not changing the way we play. Because if I do, we will get hammered. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll change the team completely. Just check his sub bench. Because I still don't know, given looking at all this rubbish, I still don't know who the best team is. Jamal Lewis, Coutinho, Devlin. Do I have any boys getting back fit? Gregera, he doesn't want him playing. I can understand that. Okay, we'll go with that. I am not going to get upset in any way. We're just going to lose when we need to lose. And the game will sort it out eventually. Only this time I might do my own instructions. Might do my own opposition instructions against Man City, because he will just try to get stuck into everybody. And McNally, Makuta, so many players not training either. Ugh. Which one is what? It's called, I've typed it up above, it's called Fill Zone. Yeah, 835 I have, I think. Yeah, 835. There's a couple of, if you're interested in editing, there's a couple of good videos I did on there. One of them's got, I think it's now got 40,000 views, which I was quite pleased with. Oh, yeah, one of them's got 40,000 views, Radu. He's not training very well. Makuta, I did him, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, these boys, come on. Oh, that channel, some of the videos on there are not very good. I think what I'd like to do is to re-record all of the videos apart from the one that's got to 40,000 or something, because the audio is bad. I was just working from a laptop with a laptop mic, and it was pretty bad. But some of the videos are quite good, if I do say so myself. Willing to do that, but I'm doing my own. And we are going to turn him on to his left foot. Nathan Ake is on the left. Right foot. Rodri. Need to type mark Rodri. He's a bit of a boy, Rodri. So we'll just type mark him. Type mark him. And then Frankie de Jong, 17-19. Definitely have to type mark Frankie de Jong. Maddison, again, we have to type mark him. It's just too good. Bernardo Silva. We'll just turn him onto his right foot. Foden, we're going to have the same issue with Foden. Right foot as well. And you know, they're playing with De Bruyne up front. We'll type mark De Bruyne. Yeah, most of them, I think, of the videos have done quite well. One of them is the animated mapping keynote. That got 40,000 views, I think, which is kind of cool. But the channel's kind of not functioning at the moment. But there's still good videos for people to watch on there. One-off videos. But it's for people really who like editing. Yeah, let's just tell them, let's put this run of poor form to bed. It's only Manchester City. Come on. My assistant manager is so daft. He's got the brain capacity of a gnat. But wasn't it against Manchester City in season 2 that our recovery started? But not like that. Passing's got to be better. They're playing very wide, aren't they? Manchester City do that though, don't they? I think it was, wasn't it? A 2-2 draw we had at the Etihad was how we came back in the last season after like losing every game. I think it's not, subscribers actually don't matter. A lot of people, Middlesbrough, think that subscribers are important. They're not important. It's views that's important. Because you get paid by the number of adverts people watch. So it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. It matters how many views you get. And some subscribers just subscribe to the channel and then never watch anything. And that's like a disaster. It's views you need, not subscribers. I think it used to matter in the old days, but it doesn't matter anymore. No, Musa, here's your big moment, but he can't take it. But what's the referee giving here? Is he giving a penalty? Get some ads on your videos. Yeah, the more ads you guys watch, the more money I'll earn. If you like click skip ad, then that doesn't do anything for me. But if you just let 2 adverts run, then that will earn me money. And actually, I think if you click on one of the advertisers, that earns me more. I don't know how it works, but I do know that if you skip ads, you get 1 count. But if you let the ads go, then they'll show 2 ads. So that's kind of how it works. So you might see 2 at the beginning, 1 in the middle, and 2 at the end. But most people will only see 1. So, I mean, when I'm watching other people's content and we are 2-0 up against Man City. This game is bonkers. This game is bonkers, I swear. This is just like, hello, is there, am I awake? Hello? No, you don't get to choose the ads, Andrew. They just, when I watch my own videos back, I just generally watch the ads. I quite like ads because they give me ideas for editing stuff. So I like to watch adverts. I like to watch us beating Manchester City 2-0 though, however long it's going to last. It's like, this game is absolutely nuts. But City are not finished. I mean, Haaland must be injured if they got De Bruyne playing up top. Haaland must be injured, which is good news. Unless he's on the bench because he's tired. He'll come in and do some damage to me later. But again, sometimes you just get your opposition instructions right as well. And getting them onto their weaker foot, like Foden doesn't want to be on his left foot, and making sure that he stays on his left foot. Sometimes you can just get your opposition instructions right. Closing down, tight marking. Frankie de Jong has been pretty much out of the game. He's had no space. Oh, so you can actually get your instructions right at times. Yeah, for sure, James, for sure. And this is not over yet. We're still going to be suffering at the end of this. But, you know, so far so good. You've got to say well done to the boys for getting 2-0 up against City, and we're still 2-0 up. It's like, I'm going to go to key highlights because this probably is going to get a bit stressful at points in this game. This 4-1-2-2-1 has been the better tactic of the 3 of them for Burnley across all 3 seasons. I mean, look at the space it creates out on the right. There are players in all kinds of space. We've actually only had 3 shots. We are beating Manchester City 2-0. (4-4-2). I like a nice 4-4-2, Andrew, but in FM it has to be a counter-attacking. It doesn't work with short passing. Rodri's finding too much space. We'll maybe have a look at that at half-time. Maybe somebody's got to get hold of him. But that will depend on whether or not I've got somebody in there who can mark him. There's no point in type marking him individually if I don't have someone capable of doing it. But so far... Oh, come on, boys! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Burnley thrill. Manchester City nil. Oh, yes! I've always said about Musa, what a great player he is. I've been saying it all the time. All night I've been saying what a fantastic player Musa is. Oh boy. Burnley 3. Manchester City nil. Oh, this game is... Gobby, you're right, this game is bonkers. Oh, yes. Now, let's not get complacent here. Because this could still end 3-3. Is there anybody who's actually not playing well? No, they're all doing all right. They are a little tired, but they've been working hard out there. Manchester City have been taken to the cleaners. It was last season as well against Man City that we recovered. Bring on Liverpool now. Come on, bring it on. It's like, shall I? No, I'm not going to drop any praise because they'll get complacent. So we'll just go out, start the second half. So Man City will come back and they will score. It's just a case of how many. But I don't want to change anything because why would we? Makuta. Asprilla is also very tired. Can Leonardo play in here? Nah. Churlinov. Asprilla's very tired. He can come on. Leonardo is also... Maybe that's the key to it, is playing Leonardo on the wing. Maybe that's the key to it. Connor Roberts is looking tired as well, but that'll be enough for now. 5 shots, 5 on target. Yeah, that's the only stat that counts in FM. You don't need to look at anything else. If this is good, then you're on track. If this starts dropping, then we'll have to start worrying. But at the moment, it just seems like we've tied up Man City's midfield. Oh, that was a good save. It was a good shot and a good save. And once they're not able to spray passes around, because we just decided it was best to tight mark all 3 of those players, I'm going to have a look at who I've got in terms of Rodri. Where is Rodri playing? At the base, isn't he? Which means that Bellegarde needs to mark him. He's not able to mark. 10 mark. He might be able to do it, actually. He might be able to do it. Let's just tell him. Just chase around after Rodri. He might be able to do it. You never know. XG, James. Yeah, you could look at that, but our XG is only 1.42. We're outperforming our XG. But yeah, you can see we're coming with... It's like a giveaway from FM. We're not getting shots on target anymore, which means that Manchester City are in the ascendancy and Manchester City will score in a minute. The only stat you need is the shots on target. And here, is this the goal? No, good defending. Somebody... Muric just got it. Up to 10th if we beat Manchester City today. That will be a famous victory. I mean, they've had... Amadozic is tired now, is he? Da-da-da. These boys are getting tired. There's 2 here. Devlin will have to carry on. Babaraman and Amadozic, Nathan Phillips. And we just got to hold on. Come on, boys, you've got this. Hold on. Well, we could probably with about 5-6 minutes left, we can just shut this game down now. Hey, bloody Sals, how you doing? Oh, Swansea was fun. Swansea was a fun save, but it didn't end well. I think that was the save that my computer was taken in for a service and they deleted the file. It didn't end well, the Swansea save, but I loved doing the Swansea save years ago. Was it, or last year? Come on, let's get that 4-0. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Burnley 4, Manchester City 0. Oh, no, it's not offside. Come on, FM. Oh, it is disallowed. Can Manchester City score 3 in 10 minutes? Of course they can. Oh, yeah, it was miles offside, wasn't he? Musa, behave yourself. I think now we're getting to the point where it's time to quieten this game down a bit. I don't mind if they score a goal here. Oh, come on, we've got to get closer to him than that. There's the goal. And now we need to close the game down. We don't want to see that. That was rubbish. Right, time to close this game down now. Oh, if we can beat Man City, this would be awesome. Time waste a lot. What was that? Yeah, be more disciplined. Going to come off the counter press. We'll still counter, catch them out. And just drop the line back a little bit. Come back to a low block. Ooh, that'll do it. That'll do it, and that should see the game out now quite nicely. Take your time, boys. They're going to score another one. They always make 3-2. It's just like the game will make it exciting. Well defended, well defended. Musa's had a very, very good game. Larson, come on, come on. You've got this. Here they come again. It's just a case of whether the defending stays strong. No, it hasn't. They've made it 3-2. I can't believe this. I can't believe that they're going to actually probably lose this. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see it. Come on, FM, to play the white man. Oh no, there's another highlight. Just hold on to it, boys. There's just like seconds left. Hit it to the corner. Oh, this is good. Play it around. This is good. Seconds left. Oh! Oh, we could have made it 4-2 and put it safe there. A beta save. I was actually thinking Luton, but I'm open to suggestions for a beta save. Swansea is always a good save to do, especially as a Welsh boy. Yes, we have beaten Newcastle, and now we have beaten Manchester City. And wasn't that how it happened last season? Last season it was Manchester City and Liverpool. And it's just repeated itself, hasn't it? It's exactly how it happened last season. What a result that is. Puts us up to 11th. Yeah, I kind of like, I like the idea of Luton. They haven't got a prayer And I'm not quite sure what FM24 will make of them. But I'd like to give them a try. Maybe have to play a Catenaccio. That would be fun to do again. I haven't done a Catenaccio style for a long time. But I know there's a lot of guys in here who want to see Northeast saves, Middlesbrough, Sunderland. I'll probably do a poll before FM24 comes out. No, that's the problem, Middlesbrough. I know West Ham is always my favourite beta save. I love doing West Ham as a beta save. West Ham have just got such a good team to play with in FM. How many games have we played tonight? We played Brighton, Wolves, Newcastle, Man City. We've done 4 tonight. That's pretty good for us. The first 2, like, we were getting very, very depressed here, and suddenly we've come back now. Look at that. We didn't score a goal for 3 games and suddenly burst into life again. With Crystal Palace, Fulham, Bournemouth and Brentford to come, we're feeling a little bit optimistic, I think. National League, yep, they're in the game, Middlesbrough, yeah. Oh, absolutely, James. I love doing West Ham. They've got such a good team in FM. They've got such good players. Like I remember doing West Ham with Scamacca up front. Scamacca scored tons of goals in my beta save last time. They've got, and Bowen, of course, he's a good player in FM. So yeah, I quite enjoy doing West Ham. But I don't know. I'll put a poll out when we get nearer to FM24 on you guys. Oakhampton. Yeah, I've heard of Oakhampton. And then you guys can decide what you want. The one with the most votes will be the one that I do. I don't know what I will do for a main save, where I will start for a main save. It might be Woking. Who knows? It might be... I might even, if I can get a hold of a database, start at Nap Hill, which is where I live. It should be kind of cool. I don't know what I'll do for my main save. I don't know. With Norwich possibly coming to an end, I need ideas for mini-series. I'll probably have room to do about 3 mini-series after Norwich finishes. So put your thinking caps on. What would you like to see? A 3-4-part mini-series. I think I did... No, they were 9-part mini-series I did last year. What would you like to see a 9-part mini-series on? Barcelona, too easy. Middlesbrough, too easy. I'll just like rock the world with Barcelona. It's got to have a little bit of a challenge to it. I could, yeah, James. I live in a little village called Nap Hill, and I think they have a team that is it's about 2 below the Vanarama. So I think there is a database available that could actually have them on there. So that would be kind of cool. Going abroad, James, HSV. Yeah, possible. I also would like at some point to try Iceland. I'd like to do an Iceland save. Just for what's-its and giggles. Could be kind of fun, Iceland. We shall see. That's yeah, I mean, that's a good way to do it, Andrew. An excellent way to do it. Picking one player, and if he moves club, go there. It's a bit like the Ferguson save. You don't know who you're going to get. You just go forward in your save on holiday, and when you arrive at the date you set, whoever's in 19th place, that's it. That's what you get. I was quite fortunate to get Norwich. So I like doing Norwich saves as well. They're always easy to do on FM Norwich. Okay, I'm going to call it a night, boys. It's now getting on for time for a sausage roll. And happy to see there has been not one issue with the stream tonight, which is absolutely awful. Awesome, not awful. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't clicked that like button, give us a like, help the channel to grow. That's how these channels grow, with comments and likes. And night, Gobby. When are you going live, Gobby? I'm really looking forward to that. And I've seen your tests. They look great. When are you going live? Good night, Middlesbrough, and thanks for popping by, and hope to see you again on Thursday. These are the fun times that I have doing YouTube. Thanks, Andrew, and thanks so much for your support, your membership. It really does help. I just appreciate it so much, Andrew. Really appreciate it. Good night, James. Have a good night, and we'll see you guys all on Thursday, where we will hopefully fill this month up with green dots. That's the plan, anyway. Yeah, don't worry about it, Middlesbrough. Do not worry about it. I wasn't begging. I was thanking Andrew for doing so. It's just lovely when people do support the channel. It's lovely. And don't never forget, Middlesbrough, you are supporting the channel by giving me minutes. That's why we set it up. Give me minutes, we'll make a difference. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking for minutes. The more views I get, the more money we'll make from YouTube. That's all I ask. Thanks, guys. I'll see you again on Thursday, and we'll go through all this emotion again on Thursday. Have a great night.